Sunday night prime time.
In a city of spectacle and grandeur, the biggest show in town right now is right here, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Huard. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading the way is their fourth-year QB.
Their loss last week, it really isn't on him. He had a great game. He checked off a lot of the boxes they had for him in the game plan going in, especially the one at the top, Kate, getting him to the end zone. 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception. He does that again here. They should be winners.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Goff now on 3rd down. His first throw is an interception. And the Raiders take over on his 5th interception of the season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB in you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for Raiders first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. First carry of the game for the rookie out of Alabama. And he works this to the 38 before going now. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll pull his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself in those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
That's complete to Zach Ertz. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Carr here from the gun. Has it in close.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Williams. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Raiders have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Now Bullock for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Rams and their running back about to get back to work. And he's played a major impact in their passing game, too. Look at this. We're near the end of the season, and he's leading all NFL backs in receiving yards. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Going to the ground again on first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the shotgun, Goff. He finds Woods. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Goff on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 21. Austin's there to haul it in. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the gun, it's Edmonds. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
From the gun, Goff. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. Zuerlein with the extra point. And the Rams tie this game 7-7. Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play, and hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And his gain is stopped on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at first down here. From the shotgun, Carr. Connection made to Beckham. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Cut by Jacob. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flagging for it. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Blitz coming, Carr. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
Williams is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a second quarter lead. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Rams returning their offense and this running back to the field. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds him on the slant. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Finds Woods. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I'm sure Coach, a play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from the 41. They kick the running back in motion. On first down, it's gone. This one's caught. It's cut near the sideline. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion. That's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
They've got a man in motion. Throwing again, it's gone. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play, just as that tight end did.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. It's the Rams, who have it 2nd and 9. They put a receiver in motion right. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Gets this to Woods. They get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA first down. Austin put in motion right. First down throw from Goff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is gone. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. We send a man in motion. 3rd down from the gun. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered Cade on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Now the Rams trying for the field goal. They're going to mark this as a 24-yarder. Bass's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
That's going to be taken in. And this return gets to the 30. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you can see with just this and one more game remaining this season, he's leading the league in rushing touchdowns. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they send their back in motion right. Carr with it on first. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10, here's Carr. Completed here to Uzama. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 41. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field and tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
Got Williams, and it's complete. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Throwing again, it's Carr. Uh-oh, he's in trouble, and the Rams bring him down. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Gotta figure out this third down here. Carr here from the gun. Trying for the deep ball. He's got it inside the 10. And in for the touchdown. To rock this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting pieces together.
Bullock adds the PAT. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The Rams are going to get the football one last time in this first half. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Man in motion here. Goff on 1st and 10. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Second and 6 coming up here. Back to throw it. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. No need for halftime. We'll just keep it right here and get started with the third quarter. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here comes Williams on the return. Return's looking good so far. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting second right now across the league in rushing yards. Running on first here with Jacobs. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Going run again with Jacobs. And he takes this in to the 40-yard line before going down. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a Vegas first down. Throwing his car. Finds his target Hall. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Raiders first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Carr now on 1st and 10. He can't connect with him. Incomplete. Just put it a little too close to the boundary there.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. The thinking's simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Carr finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Now Carr. He's got it! And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Running for the marker with Williams. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel it in.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
From the 35 on 2nd down. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Down the sideline to the 45. And he gets this one down to the 27. Give him 32 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up an LA first down. They go play action with Goff. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, LA. The Rams start the second half with some needed points. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. Point after converted by Zerline. And the Rams make it an 11-point ball game.
Rams 17.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Carr back to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. This one... Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. He'll throw it yet again. Caught, nice gain left side. And they make the tackle at the 38. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They stick with Jacobs. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Hello.
Handoff, running right, Jacobs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
These defensive ends today are so good, Kate, with their hands, and it's often right off the jump. If you can win with your hands, if you can create space, you could get a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
They go play action with Carr. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Brought in close to the 8. He has the touchdown. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was gonna be a touchdown. Like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird in the three-point shooting contest in the 80s?
Well, maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, you know. But what?
Well, the kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did. And he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Rams set to go on offense once more. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, Carr. Austin's there to haul it in. And And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. Catch made by Austin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. First down throw from Goff. This finds up. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. Oh, and they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. On the move, past the 40. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Running back sent in motion. Throwing again, it's gone. Throwing deep towards the end zone. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Los Angeles. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
You know what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Jacobs running behind center. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. Second down now, 7 to go. They kick the running back in motion. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Escapes the pocket. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Beckham there to grab it. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders have likely locked up the win right there. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you can throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out come the Rams on offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Gets this to Woods. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's second. Putting a receiver in motion. Goff on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Hits him on the in route. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Bit of desperation on this deep shot. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play! It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
And the Raiders able to cover up the onside try. That seals up this game.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Carr now on 1st and 10. Got a man, Uzomah has it. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. The Black Hole can take that party over to the Vegas Strip as the Raiders win at home. And this thing of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week.